So we've already created our pools and our policies, and now we've created our known good template for how we want to deploy our ESX server. The next thing to do is to create a service profile, and we do that based on that template. Well, you can create a service profile just kind of ad hoc, and there's wizards to walk you through the configuration of that service profile, but templates are obviously very powerful in being able to do things like updating templates and to be able to create any number of servers based off that template in a matter of seconds. So for instance, here I'm right-clicking on a service template, and then I'm going to create a service profile from this template. When I do that, I can set a naming prefix and a suffix and then just pick the number of servers that I want to create. In this instance, I'm going to create 20 servers. And ta-da! It's done. The system goes through and does everything for you and follows your template or your known good configuration to the T. Now that's what I would call the easy button for creating servers. I've actually had customers just giggle after they created 10 or 20 servers in just a couple seconds, which used to take them hours and hours. The next thing you want to do after creating your service profiles is you just want to take a look and confirm the config. Make sure everything went the way it should have. So for instance, I can see here based off my policy that I have all the right Ethernet adapters, that they're being recognized in the right order, and that they're using the right fabric based on my template as I configured them. I can even see that it's added the correct number of storage adapters. I can now see that it's pulled out worldwide port names out of the pool, and once again I can see the desired boot order and which fabrics I'm using to communicate. So after I've created these service profiles, I'm free to go ahead and associate these service profiles with any hardware that I have inside my UCS system. Now there is one caveat to that. If I asked UCS to deploy 5 network adapters into a server, for instance, that had an Intel adapter instead of a Cisco VIC, the Intel adapter doesn't have the capability to do that, so the profile would fail. But if I have all the same adapters in all my servers, then absolutely I can move that policy around as I see fit. So in order to associate one of my profiles with the physical hardware, I would right-click on the profile and I would say change the service profile association. Now, this is obviously set to manual, so I'm doing this manually, but I could actually have my servers in a pool where it actually grabs out of the pool and associates with open hardware. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and select an existing server that I have in my chassis. And I'm only going to see the servers that are actually available, but I am going to see the processors and the memories and which slot they're in and which chassis they're in. So I can go ahead and associate that. The finite state machine, which is the process that monitors that association, is going to go ahead and do that, and I can watch it associate. And then after some amount of time, my server is going to boot up and I'm going to be able to connect to it. Here I can see that server 2 is still in the process of configuration and that it's actually establishing association to a service profile. Once it boots up, it's going to say OK, it's going to say associated, and that it's up and operable. And at that point, I can right-click on that server again, and I can go to the KVM console, and I'll be able to access my ESX server. This concludes Lesson 1.